And there we are. Hello, Jeff.
How's it going?
Find your right buttons.
You know what? It's difficult because on this, the audio is on one tab
Yeah.
and the switcher is on another. So if I'm on the audio tab and I hit the shortcuts for the switcher, they just don't work.
Well, no, because it's the audio tab
That's
as
right.
opposed to the switcher tab. So, hey, good morning. It is 11 o'clock. I am not Cody Brown, if you did not notice that. So David Wagner, and Cody Brown is actually out sick today, so hopefully Cody is feeling better. I know you're watching at home, Cody, so did you know that Cody is sick? Yes, Cody did.
He knows.
Danielle Dunnigan joining us once again on a Tuesday, as usual. So, but you weren't here last Tuesday.
I wasn't.
So, vacay, was it? Or
No, I actually had to do a little work.
you actually had to work, as opposed to working with us?
Right.
Which, this isn't really work.
It's not technically work, no.
No.
This is fun.
This is a good time.
This is
Good
Yeah.
time as always. And Jeff Caldwell over there, the man, the myth, the legend. So
Oh, man.
appreciate you being with us again today, Danielle. And
For having me.
welcome to Did You Know? We have all kinds of stuff on the docket for
We
today.
do, yeah. We were going to start with the Olympics, right?
The Olympics, yes. We are exactly 365 days from the Olympics
So
2020
mad about
in Tokyo.
Tokyo.
And, of course, our station, KSAN, will be airing all of that. And we'll have our Next Star teams that will be in Tokyo covering. And no, you can't go, Danielle.
No,
I know
I
you were
was
going to
actually
ask.
scheduled to go.
Oh, were you to
Sean
go
and I
see
were
the
going,
Olympics?
yeah.
Really?
And so it came up for the first 24 hours. The tickets were going like crazy. The website shut down. By the time they got it back up, everything was sold out.
Oh, so kind of
Oh.
like San Angelo Stock Show and Rodeo.
That's difficult.
Yeah. So, I mean, luckily we hadn't bought our airfare or anything like that yet, but
You know, I was reading
damper.
some social media post.
But I'll go with y'all.
I don't think the Next Star Nation, they already have the reporters. They
Yeah, they've got
choose
their
those
people
like
picked.
2 years out. And
Yeah.
I mean, but I can
Mm-hmm.
be like a photo bomber, or I can add some
That's
fun.
you can't say bomber at the Olympics
That's what
ever.
that's what I think the Olympics coverage has been missing. It's
I
just
agree.
Some random photo bomber.
Yeah, Danielle
just
just
to be me.
pop in the box.
Just one hired photo bomber per network.
Yep.
It could happen, I'm
No,
sure.
We're so disappointed.
But yeah,
We've
so
had
the
that
Olympics.
plan
So
for like 2 years.
y'all were gonna go. Why were y'all going? I mean, this Summer Olympics.
Just our
so
bucket list stuff.
just
And
one of the items.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we were going to do Rio, and then we started hearing the reports that things weren't finished and
Right.
all of that jazz. And we had something else come up, so we were like, okay, we'll just push it to Tokyo, because Tokyo has been talked about forever, and it's supposed to be super great, and the hieroglyphics, like all of that stuff is supposed to be amazing. And so we were like, yeah, Tokyo. I mean, it's been on the list, and yeah. So 48 hours after that, it was a no-go.
Oh.
So you're pushing to. Do we know when the next Olympics is even going to be yet? I don't think they have even voted. 2024, right? For
Yeah, it's every
Yeah.
4 years.
for
we
the
just don't know
Summer
where it's gonna
Olympics.
be.
Yeah, they haven't chosen that one yet.
I
But
don't think so.
Tokyo this year. So
I haven't been keeping up, so I'm
That's-
not a reliable source.
that's obviously Summer Olympics. Was there an event that you wanted to go see specifically?
So I
or?
specifically wanted to see the volleyball because of, what's her name? Tell me. The blonde chick. She's older, 38. She paired up with another girl that's like
Oh,
38.
the beach volleyball girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can see her. I can't think of
Yeah.
her.
And if only I had Google.
Yep.
Super great.
Google.
So
Beach
I wanted
volleyball.
to see her. I really wanted to do Olympics.
Olympics, that's the whole thing.
That's the whole
Mhm.
thing. Gymnastics.
Ah, yes.
And then some sort of, I didn't really want to do track and field just because I've had my plethora of that. But the beach volleyball, gymnastics, and then some sort of swimming event
I
was
see.
on her.
I see.
That's not her.
That's not her.
It's that one right there.
This lady right here. I know who you're talking about. Carrie Walsh,
Yes.
Jennings. Yes.
Yes.
Because
She
it was.
is
She's a beast on the beach
beast.
volleyball.
Yeah.
And she used to play with that the shorter lady.
Yeah, that
I can't remember.
retired.
Yeah, Walsh.
The
and-
brunette, yeah.
Golly, Walsh, and that was their name.
Dynamic
beach
duo,
volleyball.
yeah.
They were known all across
Yeah.
the beach volleyball world for sure. So, but yeah, that's cool.
I'm not gonna
So
get
we
to
were
see her.
we were talking about new Olympic sports.
Yeah, because like Shaun White, the snowboarder
Oh,
from the Winter Olympics,
skateboarding.
is trading in the snowboard for a skateboard.
Yeah.
As you said. So,
Yeah.
and I just got to think. I was like, what all? Because it seems like lately they have been putting in new sporting events each year for the Olympics. There's something new that comes up. So there were 5, right, this year, Jeff?
So we've got softball, karate, sport climbing.
Karate.
Easy. Hiya.
That makes me think
Don't
of
let her. Don't let her kung fu you.
Surfing and skateboarding. But that does make me think of The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, yeah.
John
the
Hamm.
Netflix series.
Hey,
John
I
Hamm.
just finished Stranger Things.
It's pretty great.
It actually
you
kind
enjoy
of
it?
was.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
actually
didn't
did
hate
like it, huh?
Yeah,
So,
it was good.
yeah.
Y'all are morphing me into your
Into your
sci-fi
world.
stuff,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's only going to be a matter of time before you're like, my Dungeon Master name.
No, I don't see Danielle ever being a dungeon master.
Hey,
I
now.
might could.
Yeah, you
Maybe.
might could.
I might be a closet
So,
dungeon
so
master
the
person.
thing about
I don't know.
role-playing games is it's basically improv for people who are not funny at all and super dorky. That's all.
Oh well, I'm super funny, so I'm out.
So-
Yeah, so you're out for that. But
I mean, you could end up elevating it.
Oh, I could take it to the next level.
you could.
Yeah.
You
I
could.
could totally do that.
All right, so back to our topic
Sorry.
at hand.
Yeah, that's right.
Squirrel.
That's
Sorry.
Olympics and new sports this year. So we were trying to talk, when do you start to draw the line as to what you add or what you say is an Olympic event?
Well-
Back in the day, I mean, obviously when the
Right.
Olympics first, it was more of like a decathlon. There were the typical track and field and Olympic events, and now it's gone on and just really exploded into so many different things, like the climbing. Jeff and I were
Right.
having this conversation about the sport climbing.
Yeah.
So,
I think you're really sort of precluded from drawing a line once you've allowed curling to be part of the Olympics.
Oh, shots fired.
and so many people love watching curling.
Sure.
I mean,
It's the craziest. I don't understand it. But
I mean, it
there's
takes
lots of
skill,
things
so-
I probably don't understand.
It's
I mean, if you
it's
ever
something
tried to
that
play shuffleboard, I mean, I know it's a different level, but
Yeah.
still, it is.
I am
just
only good at that when I'm about 5 beers in.
it's
so
certainly-
for
certainly
curling,
it's good.
you're
Sport
going
of
to
subtlety,
need
right?
straight liquor, is what you're
Yes,
telling me.
Maybe
instead-
vodka.
okay.
Maybe we're going to go to the harder stuff.
so soon enough, it's going to be like bowling and billiards. Is bowling already in the Olympics?
I think it is.
You're going to get some major
But that's
hate.
and that was the thing. I wanted to know how they decide. If it's the Olympic Committee, if they have a, I guess, criteria
Yeah.
for the sport to meet certain things for it to be considered even an Olympic sport, or how do they do that?
I mean, all of these sports, these new ones, they make sense to me because they're all pretty athletic sports.
Right.
If you've ever tried rock climbing, and I don't know what the difference between sport climbing and just rock climbing is, but rock climbing is not easy.
I would think sport climbing is a timed event.
Yeah.
And so that you have to do it in a certain amount of time.
And anybody who grew up after or during the 1980s, probably after the 1970s when skateboarding first started,
Right.
understands just how difficult it is to try and do any kind of like trick. It's just difficult.
Or
And-
even to just stand on it. 'Cause
yeah,
I bust.
it's
Start to say,
I mean,
my
I'm-
shin may understand really well.
Oh, when they came
how
out with
to.
those, what were those?
Oh,
Oh, the
the-
way
I
the
don't- I
the
don't know
way
what
the
they're called,
trucks.
though.
Or are you talking
No,
about the
skateboard.
ripsticks?
Yes.
The ripsticks. Mhm.
I tried that.
I bet that was fun to watch.
It's difficult enough on a more or less stable platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried skating when I was in junior high, and I just have too strong self-preservation instinct.
Yeah, I don't like landing on bars and
Yeah.
things in areas that don't need to get hit.
Right.
Let's put it that way. So
Pretty much,
yeah.
for me, any area is one of those
On your
that doesn't
body,
need to
yeah.
be hit with a bar.
I don't want to break my arm
Oh,
or
and then what
head.
was the electronical one?
I don't know.
Do you
I know that
remember that
I know
one?
that they have.
The skateboard that was like the minute you put your second foot on it, it was like
Oh yeah, it was motorized.
yeah,
or-
and
mhm.
all those videos that went
Oh,
viral of people.
they were
just
calling them
riding
hoverboards.
it. Hoverboard.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
is
But
a
they're
sad
not
excuse for a
because
hoverboard.
yeah,
We all remember
the
I
hoverboards
don't.
from Back to the
from
Future
Back to the
I
Future.
never watched that.
was
series.
actually
Maybe I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
actually
now.
a hoverboard,
bad.
so it like was
You missed
jet
out on part of
propelled.
the 80s,
so
I think.
mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, it actually hovered above the
I wasn't
ground.
even
Is the way
born
they
in
looked
the
at it.
80s, let's
Yeah.
just-
And now people doing.
Don't rub it in
I'm just kidding. I
that we're
was.
old and you're not.
was.
Yeah, you totally were.
Yeah,
was
you
just
mentioned your
waiting on
age
you.
before we started the show, and I was like, "This is not
His
true."
math is. I was
Yeah.
waiting for David to call me
You
out.
know
but
I
he
don't.
was being
You know
so
I don't do
nice.
math. I don't do math. I'm a broadcaster. So
Okay.
Plus, he's we work in the newsroom with so many young people. He's probably used to hearing I wasn't born in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jeff thinks I'm young. He's my favorite now.
yeah, well, there you go. That's the way to do it, Jeff. That's all you have to do is, make comments to her about her age
About youth.
and lack thereof,
There you go.
I like it.
and then you're in.
Done.
So do we have any national days?
Yes, we do. Today, July 23rd, 2019, Gorgeous Grandma Day.
Oh,
So, who has a gorgeous grandma?
Well, my grandmother's passed away. But
So
she
did
was gorgeous.
mine. She was, too. I loved my grandmother.
my parents, I did not grow up with grandparents as a regular part of my life.
Really?
Yeah. My mother's parents were in Spain,
Right,
and my dad didn't hang out with his parents. So
right.
I did meet my great grandparents though. They were in Sherman, Texas, and they were pretty great.
Yeah, the only grandparent I grew up with was my grandmother, my mom's mom, because my dad wasn't part of my life, and so still don't know him or his parents at all.
Right.
But my grandmother, who lived in Wichita Falls, she was an amazing woman, and it was always great when you walked into her house when we would get there for the weekend. She was cooking.
Yeah.
And this is where my chicken fried steak fetish comes from, because
grandma.
because I love it, because
Chicken fried
she would
steak is
make
good.
chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes and gravy, and you opened that screen door. The door was always
Yeah.
open. You opened that screen door walking into that house, and you could
smell
tell
it.
when she was cooking it.
Man, I think my great grandparents had a little house in Sherman, and they had the
On the prairie?
hugest
Oh, sorry.
Sherman. Oh yeah, that's funny.
That was funny.
But it had the biggest willow tree in the backyard.
No.
Man, I love.
Did
that
you
place.
climb it?
I did not climb it, because they definitely did not like little kids climbing on their willow tree.
I see.
But-
See, and that was one of the things. Like my cousin Alan, and then his grandmother, Aunt Tish was her name. We used to spend the summers together in Wichita Falls. I would be at my grandmother's house, he would be at his, and we would hang out. And so there was a tree beside Aunt Tish and Uncle Alex' house, and we would climb that thing, and we could get on the roof. When we were in trouble, we would go and we would hide in a nook of the roof.
No.
So they
That's
couldn't find
great.
us. They couldn't see us. They could, from the ground, you could not see that nook of the roof. So we would go and we'd lay down on the, and this is in the summer in Wichita Falls. We were
Yeah.
stupid because it's probably 110 degrees trying to
Right.
hide from something we'd done.
You're like, I can
so,
handle that.
Yeah, but we did that all the time. So, gorgeous Grandma Day.
That's
So
right.
to all the gorgeous grandmothers out there, happy day to you. And then it's also National Vanilla Ice Cream Day.
I prefer chocolate.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I,
But hey, I'm not going to knock vanilla ice cream because it's probably the start of everything.
Okay.
For,
yeah, I mean, it was. I think it was one of the original
Yeah.
ice creams, and then
Oh,
they
except
went off
if
of
it's
all
the
the.
original vanilla, like old school with the Turner.
Oh,
Yeah.
like actually making it rock
Yeah.
salt
Yeah.
and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That is good.
That's
Vanilla
good
ice cream.
stuff, yeah.
Now, what I do love just the good old Bluebell vanilla ice cream,
it's good. I mean,
unless someone has opened it and licked it, and then
We're-
I don't care
yeah,
for it
we're
at
not
all.
I had
So,
just heard
what is
about
that all
Who
about?
was doing that? Why
Stupid
are they
people.
doing it?
They were doing it for
It was a
probably some
challenge.
kind of a social media thing.
So
It
what
was
did
one of
they
those
do?
things
I
just
didn't
like-
ever see.
They
would
would open a thing of Bluebell in the store,
Lick it,
put the lid back on, and put it back in the container.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
special place for those.
Yeah, the same people that are putting Tide Pods in their mouth.
Right.
So to see if they would foam
See,
out.
David, careful. Now they're going to start doing both
Well,
Oh,
at once.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the Tide Pod
Tide.
Bluebell challenge.
the Tide Pod
Put a
Bluebell.
Tide Pod in your mouth.
Yes.
Lick the Bluebell.
I saw a meme the other day.
Put them both back.
You know how the like the electronic stores, they have those new, I guess, devices so that alarms go off if you take them. So it's like 4 cords wrapped around a piece of electronics and that little black lock thing on
yeah.
it. You know, so I saw a meme that had 2 things of Bluebell and with those
those
electronic locks on it like that, and I was like, yeah, that's for sure. And then another friend of mine sent me a picture that had cut the top of the Bluebell off. It just had him cutting the half. He was like, where the whole lid was. So if they'd licked the top,
Then
it
you
wasn't.
could
It was
just-
going to be cut off,
Jeez.
and he didn't even care. He was like,
that's
yep,
extra.
yep.
I mean,
I'm
they're
still
gonna
eating
have
my
to
ice
start
cream. You're
putting
not
some
licking.
sort of
I
seal
think
or
is what his
something.
said was, you're not licking my ice cream.
No.
Yeah, the cup.
You know what? Speaking of Bluebell, though, I really do like HEB's ice cream.
Oh, the
They do a
creamy
fantastic
creations
job.
that
Yeah.
they have. Yeah, they do. So
Lemon cookie.
They do really good dubs of most everything.
Yeah.
HEB is a little extra. And what's crazy is there's so many, you're talking about some of the younger folks in the newsroom here there are so many that come from out of state, from Florida, Pennsylvania, those
they
places
don't
like
have the
that,
Heb.
and they don't know about HEB, and they're like, "What is this HEB?"
They've been stricken with Kroger their whole lives.
Or I mean, and for those in the southeast, Publix, that grocery store is different for them. So they're like, "Do y'all not have a Publix here?" And it's pretty much HEB because I've been to both of them. I'm like, it's the same. They're just there's the nuances, I guess. But
My daughter always called it the Heb.
The Heb,
She's very
yeah.
literal, so she's like, "What's Heb?" And I'm like, "The Heb is HEB. It's the best." And
Go
we
to
call
the
it
Heb.
the Target and the Walmart. Yes, I teach.
yeah,
them
one
to
of
be correct.
our we won't mention who, but one of our sports people just found out we had a Target, and
poor
he's
guy.
been here forever.
Yeah, he's been here for
I mean,
a while.
almost.
Apparently they drove
He
by
said it
it.
yesterday afternoon. He was
Yeah.
like,
You have a Target?
I've been here like 9 months. Didn't even know we had a Target.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you got to get out.
You got to drive around a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, National Gorgeous Grandma Day and National Vanilla Ice Cream Day with our little twist of where we got to
Pretty nice. Well,
creamy
we do that
creations
a
and
lot.
everything. No, we'd never get off
We don't
topic
do
on
it
this
ever.
show.
Yeah.
Ever.
But yeah, so a couple of cool days. We'll see what tomorrow brings. National
exciting.
Cody Brown is sick day.
That's
That is
right.
today as well. So
Poor
I got to give
Cody.
Cody a hard time. He's not here, so I get the text in the morning. It's almost like the employees, can't even call me. He's texting me now. I'm like, come on, dude.
Well, the
Text.
last time I called
Call
in
in.
sick,
I don't think I've actually
I just
called
sent him an
him.
email, I think.
Yeah, you just text in sick or email in sick.
Email sick.
So, okay, let's go to that one because that's one from back in the day for me.
Is it a pet peeve of yours?
No, not a pet peeve. It's one of those, when you wanted to call in sick but you weren't.
You had
So
to
you
write
had
it
to,
down.
you had to
sound
call
sick.
and sound sick,
Yeah.
But I mean, with the text, you don't have to
You
text
have to
in like
fake
you're
it.
sick.
Right.
I mean,
Unless
you could,
wanna
I
add
guess.
an emoji.
And I've finally got to the point that I don't even say what it is.
Yeah.
It's like, I am not feeling well.
And that's, just generic. I'm not feeling well.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a sick day. And
Leave it up to
and
you. If you want to call and
I need
confirm.
an emotional space. An emotional
That's what a
safe
personal
That's it.
day is
Yeah.
for.
Yeah. Oh.
I just need a personal day today.
Right.
Personal, I need to get over work today. I need a personal day every day, the way it's been
I mean,
lately.
it would also be super great if everybody felt like they could be honest like that. You could just be like, listen, it's one
I
of those
just need
days
a
when I'm
day
going to be
today."
totally useless to you anyway.
I'm
mean-
actually saving you.
So how would that, I mean, do we think that would actually play out well? I mean,
don't
to
know.
some extent, I would think that it would, just
Yeah,
like you're
I think-
saying.
I
I mean,
think if you
because
could- if
I
you
would
could-
appreciate them being a little more honest about just saying, hey, I just need a day today because if I come in, I am not going to be productive.
And I'm-
You're going to be on me all day.
And I'm going
That's
to be
not
in a
gonna
bad
work out.
mood.
Yeah.
It's just going to be,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring down morale.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm going to do it on purpose.
Because I didn't want to come in the first place.
And that's why Cody's out today. So,
No, it's not.
No, it's
Poor
not.
Cody. I have your back.
I got to pick on him because I'm sure he's sitting at home eating Cheetos, watching the webcast.
But that's one of those things
He's
that
at
goes
the
along with
gym.
the,
No, not yet. It's not 6 o'clock. He goes at night. He doesn't go
okay.
during the day.
He's
that-
a night gym.
I think that's sort of connected to the, a lot of people are advocating for the 4-day work week.
Yeah.
I'm down.
They find, they find that people who work, say, 10 hours a day, 4 days a week, instead of 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you work just as much, but having those 3 days off makes people a lot more productive during the days that they're
During the
working.
days of the work. Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to go to the same place of makes them feel better about going to work. Because, like, my wife's a nurse, and so they do 4/10s. It's 4-day weeks for
Yeah.
her. She does 10-hour days that way. They had the option of doing 5 8-hour days or 4/10s, however they want to work, but she does the 4/10s. And then there was another time when she was working the 12-hour shifts, and she would do 3 days, of 12-hour shifts, which is nice when you have 4 days off
Yeah.
and you're only working 3 days, but 12 hours for 3 days
12
straight.
hours is hard.
It begs the question of like firefighters and that type of deal when you're gone for 3 days from your family kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You're just living at the firehouse. It's almost the same thing when you're doing 4 or 3 12s as a nurse. I hardly saw her.
I mean,
So-
and in the medical profession, nurses sort of have it easy if they're working 3 12-hour shifts. Because
Oh, don't let a nurse hear you
Mm.
say
residents,
that.
yeah, I know they don't want to, right, but when you compare them to like residents or something like that who are just at the hospital for however long they have to be there,
Yeah.
It seems like
36 hours or whatever.
yeah, it's that scares me personally.
Right.
To find out, well, that doctor might have been there for 36 hours, and I'm like, why would you do that to somebody
No,
who
we
has
don't let
other
people
people's
fly planes.
right?
Right. And that's
But
It's like a
doctors can
super-
work for, yeah.
that was funny. I was dropping my mother-in-law off at the airport last week. She was flying home for a family reunion in Pennsylvania, and her flight got delayed. And so when we got to the counter at 5, because it was supposed to be a 5 o'clock flight, and they bumped it like 30 minutes. So we got there and we were talking to them, and I said, just out of curiosity, why did they bump the flight? And they were like, oh, for fatigue. So
Yeah.
they had to, it was mandatory rest
Right.
for the pilots
Pilots.
and the crew.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I guess that's a good thing then, because
Yeah.
you don't want your pilot to be tired.
No,
You know.
and I mean we've instituted regulations for truck drivers.
Mm-hmm.
They can only drive for so long, but it's almost like we've got this nuclear physicist. We just decided to make him stay up for 36 hours. See what happens.
Yeah, my wife's car has that function on it. So when I was driving to Florida for vacation, because we drove out to Seacrest, and the one day through Texas is, what,
A day.
9.5 hours.
Yeah.
So I did that whole drive to Baton Rouge, and the car asked me, "Are you getting tired? Is it time to take a break?" I mean, it says it on the little thing in front. I looked down at that like, time to take a break? We're not even out of Texas yet.
My
Just because I've been driving for 7 hours straight, you want me to take a break?
That is nothing for Texas.
I know.
no,
Yeah.
my girlfriend's dad, when he takes road trips, he always suggests he's 80. He's got to be almost 80 now. He suggests when you start getting tired, just keep a bag of peanuts and eat one peanut at a time while you're driving. And I was like, that is the oddest advice I've ever gotten, but it probably works.
Now, I know a lot of people always used
Roll
to
the window down if it's cold. Turn on
the window.
AC.
Yeah, gum was always a thing that I was told that
Yeah.
Chewing something?
because you're chewing and
Yeah.
it's creating that I
Active.
guess active something. So
Yep.
that was always a good thing. So
Or don't drive for 9 hours.
no,
Don't do
pull
that.
over and take a nap on the
Yeah.
side of the road. See if you can find a serial killer that's going to knock on
I
your
think
window.
that's super safe.
Yeah, I know.
That
I
makes
mean,
me nervous
that
just
was-
thinking about it.
That's the
Hit
funny
up a
thing.
rest stop, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
actually did that when I was in college. I dated a girl that was at Colorado State, and so it was a 12-hour drive to go see Paige anytime that I wanted to go see her.
Yeah.
So I would leave. I worked for here, this dates me, not a Blockbuster, but a Videoville
Oh my!
in Abilene. It was a video rental place, VHS rental place. So we closed at midnight. So I managed one of them. And when I would drive to see Paige, I would get off at midnight, close down the shop as quickly as I could, count the money, make the deposit, and then get in my car at 1 a.m.
Oh man.
and drive
Super
to
safe.
Colorado. Yes. So right as I crossed the border one time into Colorado Springs, fell asleep. I was driving my little Toyota pickup, and I fell asleep, and I went off the road, and I hit a mile marker. So I had like a 1-inch dent in the front of my little Toyota pickup for the longest time. But when I hit that mile marker, it's what woke me up, and I was like, oh, I'm on the side of the road, and I didn't jerk my car, luckily,
job.
because that's the
Yep.
one of the biggest things for rollovers or whatnot. But
Yeah.
I pulled the car back on the road, and as I got on the road, it was about, 100 yards, and I went over a bridge, like a gorge. Like, if I would not have hit the mile marker,
You would have.
I would have just driven straight off and
Oh my god!
down that gorge. So that in itself scared me into that anytime I got tired
Yeah.
when I was driving after that, I just pull over, lock my doors, go to sleep in my truck.
Yeah.
And just sit on the side of the road.
Yeah, sleep
and
is-
and that it was a different time back then,
Yeah.
because today, just like what you're talking about, would you want to do that and feel safe today?
No.
So, but
Not only that, but people don't pay attention driving anymore. So you could be sitting there sleeping, and
oh,
all
and
of
they
a sudden somebody
smash
just
your
takes
car.
You out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that all the time in the cameras of police officers. Have people
officers,
pulled
yeah.
over on the side of the road with lights flashing, and people run into the back of
Yeah.
them
Well,
on
and
the side
that's
of
why
the
I
road.
think they've started to. They pull you over, and then they go into the grass area. Versus,
Right. And I mean,
Yeah.
that's a law now that you're supposed to mandatory go to the second lane, one lane over, or slow down. What is it, 10 miles below the posted speed limit if
Yeah,
you're
it's
going
10
to
miles.
pass
Yeah.
a officer that's on the side of the road, if
Yeah.
you're in that lane closest to him.
It's
I always try to pull off or at least get on like a side street or something. We always have that conversation because I'm like, do they think
Why are
I'm
you
trying
running
to
from
get
me?
away from
Why are
them?
you running from
Right.
me, ma'am?
I'm just trying to get somewhere safe for them
Right.
to come up and not get hit.
it's
It
It
just
is
takes you
wild
like,
how-
what, 2 hours to pull over whenever a slow car chase?
Maybe.
I was trying to get somewhere safe.
Trying to get some.
Thought the car wash was safe
No.
as you pull through it.
I've had this conversation with police officers that are friends, and they're like, "You'll be surprised. People get so nervous, and they'll just pull over in the middle of an intersection."
Oh, I've seen it.
I had
and
a
I'm
friend.
like, "Who would do that?"
I had a friend who we were driving back from Austin, and he was driving, and a state trooper started to pull him over. He pulled over to the left side.
No way.
He pulled over to the left side, and I was like, "What are you doing? You're gonna go to jail, stupid!" Basically, the state trooper just got on the intercom and said, "Please pull over to the right."
Yeah, some police officers have said
And-
they've had to get on and be like, "Ma'am, can you please continue to whatever?" Not
Yeah.
with me, but
Right.
with some people.
He
because
said it
they
was
will just pull over in
his
crazy
strategy to
spots.
look stupid, and I was like, "Yeah, that's
Well, it's working,
exactly-
buddy.
working.
Yeah, it's working.
Don't do that."
Now you're making him really nervous back there because
Yeah.
he thinks he's working with a stupid person.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
man, oh man.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
So,
completely off track there.
hey,
But-
that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but it kind of segues into what y'all said y'all wanted to talk about, right?
Which thing was that? We talked about like.
Criminals.
Oh,
We were going to talk about criminals.
Yes, we are.
That was our idea for a top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Now you
sorry.
had your own idea
Yeah.
of the top 10.
So we're gonna roll with yours.
Oh, you're going with mine instead?
We're gonna surprise us.
Is it time for top 10?
I feel
Close
like we're
enough?
early.
Pretty close. We might be a little bit
All right.
early. But we usually reserve like the last half hour for that.
Okay.
And if we go on another subject, we're gonna talk for 10 minutes about that.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then we're gonna have to cram our top 10 into
15 minutes.
Can I jump for joy real quick or whatever?
about
Yeah.
what, the top
I
10.
just had a guy accept an offer to come to work for us.
Hey.
So I saw the email.
That's
yeah.
absolutely for
Actually for
Which
the
position?
for the morning weather position to replace Taban, who is leaving us as
Oh,
of
she's
Friday.
leaving.
Unfortunately, yeah, she's headed back home. So
I would imagine the morning positions are difficult to fill.
It is tough to fill. I mean, obviously, because that's an early morning. I mean, you get up every morning and have to be at work and dress
It's a night
for
shift.
on-air performance. You know, at 3 a.m. basically 3:30, and then
It's rough.
you're here through noon, and you do the noon weather as well, and then you're out here by 12:30. The only nice thing about that is on a Friday, I mean, you're
You're
done
done by
at
noon.
12:30. So if you
Yeah.
want to head out of town for the weekend or something, you have all afternoon Friday to get somewhere, and then your Friday night and Saturday. Now your sleep schedule's messed
I was
up
gonna say, but
because
every
you're
other day-
usually going to bed at like 8:00, and
Yeah, 'cause
you get to
every other
wherever
day
all
you've
your
got
friends
the,
are,
You've
and
got
they're
the schedule of a 65-year-old.
yeah, they're wanting to go out and party, and you're
going
like,
to bed at 4 o'clock.
yeah, so it's where you
Yeah.
where you
Well,
buck
that's
up
great.
and take one of those. So I'm excited about that. I'll have to go email him back and hopefully get Jay started. So
Hopefully they can start soon.
that would be really nice.
That would be.
That's gonna
'Cause
make
otherwise-
that's gonna make Noelle and Athena, our other two meteorologists on
see,
KLST,
they
very
get to-
happy.
They get
that-
to fill in.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've even met them yet.
So yeah, Noelle and Athena,
They're pretty great.
they're afternoon group or weekends. Athena really,
Athena's
but
on the
she's
weekends.
she's here 3 days a week during the day, but
Yeah.
it's Wednesday through Friday for her.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
She does during the day, aside from the meteorologist stuff that she does with Noelle.
Works on the
she-
website.
Yeah, she works on the website, and her articles get
probably the most
they make
hits,
up-
right,
yeah.
Alex? Athena's articles. Yep. See.
Yep.
I love when Alex walks through. He's a man of many words. Hey, speaking of, it's National Vanilla Ice Cream Day. You have some vanilla ice cream for me, Alex?
National Vanilla?
Yep.
No, I don't.
Oh,
Eh.
that's a no. All right, let's top 10 it.
All right. So what
Hey,
are we
what
doing?
time is it, Jeff?
It's 11:30-ish. I'm not looking.
28.
There it is,
actually.
11:28.
But yeah, close enough. Whatever. Let's do this.
It's 11:28.
And Danielle has
I
a
have the top 10.
super secret top 10.
And if y'all have stolen it or used it in, I'm so mad. Cody stole one of my top 10s
Yeah.
The-
before.
It's
Well,
not.
see-
It's not really
I can't.
stealing
It
because
is.
it's not.
Because I showed
not
up
your
and he
property.
was like, do you have a top 10? I told him what it was and he was like, we're not going with that one today. We're going to do something else. And I'm like, okay. But then the next day, y'all used my top 10. I was like, I wasn't
You know
here.
what? It wasn't. We didn't do it the next day, but it was later on in the week. Somebody else suggested it, and we forgot about it.
Well, you know what? Trademark
Not until you were
infringement
back,
or something.
because then you
Trademark infringement, please. All right. So
Said,
what?
you have to
Okay.
think of
What is
yeah,
our
go
top
on.
10 today, Danielle?
Your top 10 celebrity crushes.
That's fun.
Oh,
Top
top
10
10 celebrity
crushes.
crushes. I already know who my number one is.
I see. I told
Boom.
you I
Yeah.
could just do it off the cuff, and you would have 5 or 6 popped out like that.
Yeah.
You thinking?
I have some in mind, but you have to start. So
Yeah.
Okay,
So you're
so-
number 10.
My growing up, and then of course now still, I think, is Tom Cruise.
really,
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And you
mean-
tower above
And
him.
he's fixing.
I wouldn't say tower.
It's okay. I would.
At your heels.
I would bend
You'd
down.
be okay? Oh, okay. Okay.
It's okay, worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't they just say at Comic-Con or whatever that he did the deal for
Yeah, Top Gun 2.
Top Gun
Maverick.
2, yeah.
Mhm. We watched the trailer there.
so
Have you not
excited.
seen the trailer?
I haven't seen the trailer.
I'll have to show you the trailer.
Okay.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Hey,
you
can
can come
we
to
get
the
a-
office after the show and we'll watch the trailer because it is pretty phenomenal. Cody and I watched it the other day and he was getting all excited. I mean, we're both huge
Yeah.
Top Gun fans. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's see if we can get one of him from The Outsiders.
Oh, back in the day. That's an old movie. So, yeah.
There you
Ew,
go.
There's-
that's
yeah.
less cute. He's less cute there.
And that was actually before,
He had his teeth fixed.
let's see.
I thank
What
goodness.
was All the Right Moves? Was that the football one that he was in? And then and then Risky Business, which is really where his career kind of
Yeah, Risky
Took
Business
off.
was.
I don't know that I ever saw Risky Business, but I mean, the very first one obviously was the Top
But you've
Gun.
seen
Yeah.
the Bob Seger scene where he's dancing in his
Slides
underwear.
across,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's
So,
seen that. So
for being myself, not a large man, Tom Cruise is about an inch shorter than I am.
Really?
Yeah,
He's tiny.
He's 5'7".
he's a
little?
little
I'm
bitty
about
dude.
5'8".
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang it. It doesn't make him less hot.
He is also like
Nicole Kidman seems to be okay.
the
She
consummate
was for a
professional.
Yeah.
limited amount of time.
He does.
She just got tired of bending down. Her back got tired. And she got older and she couldn't do it.
Her body started rejecting the bend down.
So what's great about Tom Cruise is that he's also like a super professional. As far as work,
Oh, sure.
always turns in super great work, and then the ridiculousness of not the very last Mission Impossible movie, but the one before that.
Oh, where he did all the stunts and
He always does his own stunts,
Yeah.
but he was running around outside the Burj Dubai. He was
Yeah.
50 years old doing that, and that's just wild.
No, I think he's great.
Yeah.
all right. So that's your top 10 celebrity. That's your 10th celebrity crush. That's not even your top one.
It's gonna get better.
It's gonna get better for you.
gonna get
okay.
better.
Jeff, are you going next then?
You go ahead.
Okay. So I have to think, and I can't think of her. It's Kate something.
Beckinsale?
From no, Charlie's Angels. Back in the day, I was not a Farrah Fawcett fan. So pull up Charlie's Angels, and it's the dark. There was two of them. There are two dark hairs, and then Farrah Fawcett, and
Okay.
it's the shorter dark-haired young lady. I cannot think of her name right off the top of my head. So it's the old TV
Oh, the new
series.
Charlie's Angels is coming out. That's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, the remake.
Yeah.
So do the series down there, the 76. I can see it on your Google there. So
Yeah. I'm waiting for it to.
to pop up. And sometimes
goodness.
technology is
There we go.
fantabulous.
Well,
so
It's just the need for advertisements.
was
Kate
it-
Jackson.
yes, Kate Jackson.
Scroll back
Kate
down a little
Jackson.
bit.
Kate Jackson was her name. So yeah, if you click on Kate Jackson, that was the celebrity crush. My first, I guess, real crush.
Yeah.
Looks like our internet's getting
As a young man, watching Charlie's Angels growing up in the 70s, and all my friends
I
had the
love
Farrah.
Charlie's Angels.
All my friends had the Farrah Fawcett poster, with her in the red one piece or whatnot. But that's Kate Jackson.
She's off at, what was she, what
Yeah.
did she do after that?
She did a.
So
I
that
get the feeling
second
she did
picture,
a lot of stuff through
that
those
second
days.
picture that was the Charlie's Angel one in the white mock or the turtleneck. So yeah, Kate Jackson, and then Jacqueline Smith was the other one. I think is her name.
Okay.
So it was Jacqueline
But what
Smith.
series did she do after this? I'm trying to think.
I don't know that Kate Jackson did anything after.
Let's see. Kate Jackson.
Yeah, look up her.
I mean, yeah, I
roles.
recognize her. I've seen her. There's been a lot of stuff. Wow. So after Charlie's Angels, though,
Yeah, it would have
It
been a
ended
ways
in
back
83.
because.
or 81, sorry.
So there's Charlie's Angels. So she did Topper. Or, I don't know that was. I don't know if there was anything really. Scarecrow and Mrs. King was one.
Yes, I think that's what
That
it
was a TV series
Yeah.
that she was in. Yeah, 83 to 87.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
I watched
was.
it with my grandma.
I loved Kate Jackson. I actually had a autographed picture of Kate Jackson that I got. So when I was a little boy. So always
I
thought
like her.
always thought she was a cute one. She was one of the smart ones, and she was the smart one, I guess, in that Charlie's Angels, if you want to put it that way. So
All right, so
Okay, what's
So that's my number
We'll just go
10.
back to childhood, just like you guys, and I'm gonna go with Alicia Silverstone.
oh, yeah, there you go.
I had
From
a crush on
Clueless.
her when I was a kid. Yeah,
And Aerosmith videos.
that's right. It was probably the Aerosmith videos that did it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yep. Alicia Silverstone. She's a cutie.
And probably the Batman movie
Oh yeah.
that she was in.
Yep.
All that. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
That's another good one. Another good one. All right.
But I have
Danielle,
to- I have
moving
to go
along.
with the-
Brad Pitt.
of course.
Along with every other female in the history of the
Ever.
world. So,
Well,
okay,
that's-
I'll just tell this story. You know, it was what was the name of the what's the Legends of the Fall?
Yes.
right.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think that was the
Because
first one.
everybody, yeah, Tristan and his
I
long
had
flowing hair.
a friend back then who always called that Dances with Brad.
Yeah, as opposed to Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was funny. As I told you a while ago in that other little story, I worked at that video store, and so we had Legends of the Fall. It was a movie, a renner, and people would, anytime a bunch of girls came and asked, I'd always hide it.
Ah, that's funny.
like we
You're so
didn't
mean.
like we didn't have
You're
it
like,
available
"No."
for rent, and they would come up and they'd be like, we didn't see Legends of the Fall here. Do y'all want to have it? It seems like it's out every time we come in.
Yes, because I hide it.
That's great.
I didn't love his hair. Like, I don't remember
The long
thinking
flowing
he
locks.
was attractive in that movie. I liked the storyline of that movie, even though I can't remember what it was now. But I think it was the following thing that he did. But I like action-packed movies. Like,
What was the
I
following
loved
thing that he did?
I loved
Men that do
Mr. and
action-packed,
Mr. and
I
Mrs.
like.
Smith with him and yeah,
okay.
Angelina
Yeah.
Jolie. That was a good one.
yeah.
So yeah, Brad Pitt's done a bunch. I'm looking forward to that one. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that's coming out this
Oh,
week.
the one with
Yeah,
Leonardo.
looking
Yeah,
forward to that.
that
That's
is
gonna be
a
pretty
Tarantino film, correct?
Yeah, I think
So-
so.
81 credits as an actor on
Pretty
IMDb.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot.
That's a pretty good career, man.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. All
He's
right.
like Eddie.
I forgot he was in Less Than Zero.
21 Jump Street.
Mm-hmm. Talk about an
Freddy's
long list.
Nightmares. That's interesting. That was not a long-lived TV series.
He's so
Didn't he
cute.
start getting? Yeah, it was Thelma and Louise. That was his.
Yeah, his kind of breakout.
Yeah, see, I watched that later and didn't think he was.
And then Interview with the Vampire, I think, that was
There
the
it
same
was,
time
yeah.
as Legend of the Falls. So, because I think Legend of the Fall was the same year, wasn't it? Go up one. I think it's up one right above it. Yeah. 94.
there it
They
is.
were both in 94. And then the next year, one of my all-time favorite movies, we talked about that, Seven. And,
Seven
that's where,
is-
after
Reminds me.
Legend of the Falls, it's where he's the detective,
Detective.
and it's the Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
That was a good one.
Brad
One
Pitt
of
in
my
that
favorite
one,
movies.
even though I despised him from Legend of the Fall because all girls loved him at that, when he came out in Seven and he was so gritty, that's when I was like, because the what's in the box scene,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that scene for me, I was like, that's great acting
Well,
for him to.
that year for him was
It's pretty
7
big.
and 12 Monkeys, and
Yeah.
it was suddenly like, oh, he's a good actor.
Yeah, it's
he's
not
good
just
at this.
it's just
I
not
like
about
his
his
hair.
looks. It's not about his looks. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith was one of his. I loved.
And Fight Club. I
Yeah.
loved Fight Club. That was
Oh,
another
see, I
good
wasn't
one.
a big Fight Club person just because of all the. Yeah,
The fighting.
yeah. I'm not a big. Yeah.
You don't watch MMA?
No. No. Makes me so nervous for them.
All right, Jeff.
Is
You're
that
up.
back to you?
Is it back to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
having-
So then-
what
I'm
did
having-
you just?
You just did
I
Brad
just
Pitt.
did. Okay, you're right.
So
Go.
it's back to David.
So I guess I was and this is kind of a tie, and I have to go with the tie. I think we've talked about it before on here, and it's from all my childhood TV series that I watched. But Marianne and Ginger on Gilligan's Island, they kind of
Man, you're
ran.
bringing in the old school
They
stuff.
kind of ran even with me. So because Marianne was dark-headed and the smart one, and Ginger was obviously she was a redhead, but I guess. So that, yeah, do the Gilligan picture, the one up on the left.
Oh, okay.
So I might have probably thought of myself sometimes as Gilligan, and, you know,
Whoa.
between them. So, yeah,
Oh my god.
Marion and Ginger. So that would be my next.
Wow.
You're.
Because I think that was just a lot of it growing up. You know, we watched a lot of TV in the 70s and 80s, and, you know, we'll get to my other ones here in a minute. So, more television shows.
All right, Jeff.
Wow. It is hard to think of people.
Celebrity crushes is what we're doing. So.
Celebrity crushes. So.
And we're
You know
only
what?
like at 9.
And,
I know.
And since yeah, but we're not doing 10 each.
No, we're not? Okay.
No.
We'll stop. Okay. Then I might have
Another
to
one-
bump up
another
a few
one-
genres here.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you're going to have to go a few decades and get into this millennial.
Well, I already know what my
But-
number one is. We don't have to worry about that. And
Since it's
I
back
know.
from when I was a kid.
you know what my number one is?
No.
Oh.
I know what my number one is.
It's really from when I was pretty young. Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
Miss
she had,
Jackson,
there
if
was a
you're
pretty,
nasty.
there was a pretty
Yes.
specific music video that came out in the 1990s that I was pretty interested in. But in general, yeah, man, Janet Jackson was super attractive, and I had a big crush on her when I was in like
Yeah.
junior high. Yeah, absolutely.
Miss Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Is it me again?
It is
Yes,
you
it
again.
is.
Okay.
And
Is
she's
this my
scrolling
number
through her
one,
phone.
Or is this?
No, I
No,
mean, we
'cause
still
there's
have
a guy that
time.
I
We
can't
still have
remember
time.
his
So
name.
we probably have a 2 or
Bradley
3 more.
Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. It's a
Bradley
nice one.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Is that one you've got? Mm-hmm. I wonder if I even have to pull up an image of Bradley Cooper.
No.
Yeah.
For most.
Most female viewers that are
Females,
watching
we
any of this
don't.
right now, they
Everybody
know
knows who Bradley Cooper is.
exactly.
Especially
Oh.
with
That
his
is.
last movie.
But it was fun to what was fun is watching his career
Oh, yeah.
go from being sort of obscure and then he had that one part in the A-Team
Right.
and it was sort of like, who is this Joker?
Right.
And then suddenly
The Hangover.
boom,
Yeah.
Bradley
I mean,
Cooper's
The Hangover was
Hangover.
huge
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
So
and I think there's an inside the actors studio where Bradley Cooper is one of the students
oh,
asking questions.
that there is,
yeah.
and I forget which one it is, but there or who was on stage with the guy. But yeah,
It was a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
And Bradley Cooper's been pretty serious about this for a long time.
okay.
Okay.
Right,
What's
moving
your?
on.
Are you moving
So,
to this decade?
I'm moving. I'm definitely moving this decade,
Okay.
and you know, and I'm going a guy here because it's a
Oh.
celebrity crush on this. Yes,
Come on.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
I love
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds.
I
He's
do
so
like him.
funny, and especially coming out with the Deadpool stuff in the last couple of years. I mean, that character just fits him, but I loved him in Van Wilder, his character in Van Wilder, and in Waiting. Just good movies. He's always
Yeah.
funny, sarcastic,
Yeah.
and
He-
it just kind of fits my personality. So I've always been a Ryan Reynolds fan.
He's
So,
definitely great with comedic timing.
yeah.
And it's he's
And-
got such a sense of humor.
As a lot of my friends say, including my wife, he's not hard to look at. So
No, he's a cutie.
It doesn't work out much.
no, I
That
mean
person.
he's not ripped at all. Kind of looks like Cody when he takes his shirt off, Cody Brown. So.
Oh man,
Not even
Poor
close.
Cody.
Is he watching?
Gosh. Poor guy.
He's not texting us, so he's not watching. Apparently,
he's not. No. Otherwise,
Cody,
He,
don't
he
watch
must
this
he must
episode.
be sick. He must be sleeping.
yeah.
So
So what? We've opened this up to celebrity.
well, celebrity
admiration?
crushes. I mean,
Just crush
you know,
as far as you
You
can.
can crush on a guy.
All right. Man.
our guy.
Huh? So, wow. I forget people's names.
Uh-oh.
Awful.
It's because we're old, Jeff.
It's-
That's why.
That's what happens. But I'm gonna go with another actress and singer this
Ah.
time.
Oh.
Celebrity crushes, so it could be
Yeah.
a singer,
Yeah.
easily. Yeah.
Actress
Agreed.
and singer. This is another one who I think is probably one of the most talented people on the planet, Janelle Monáe. I don't know if you'd probably recognize her if you don't listen to her music, but you'd probably recognize her from movies like Hidden Figures.
Oh, right. That was a
and-
great
and
movie.
The that new one with the guy from The Office that just came out, director of Forrest Gump.
Right.
You like
Right.
he like makes inner worlds with action figures, basically, and takes pictures of them. But this is one of the most talented human beings ever, and I think that's probably why I have a crush on her. Because when I saw her first music video, man, it was like a decade ago. The dancing was ridiculous, and then to find out that she
Singer, songwriter, actress.
singer, songwriter, she does acting, and she attends robotics and transhumanism conferences.
Okay.
So,
Can I ask what that is?
okay, just general
You just
robotics.
did.
Robotics
You just
is
I mean, I'm just
Sort
going to
of-
ask for the general public.
Yeah. Right.
Robotics
Not for your
is,
knowledge.
No.
is obviously what robotics is. Transhumanism is sort of the study of people mixing with technology.
Oh.
As in
Cyborgs,
cyborgs,
stuff like that.
half
Oh.
Yeah.
Have-
Terminator.
Terminator.
Mm,
Yes.
there you
thank
go. So I was
her-
trying to get something for her to relate
Yeah.
to.
Thank
so.
Her first 3 albums were sort of like conceptual R&B, and the idea was that her character was a cyborg that had fallen in love with a human. And so for 3 albums over the course of like 5 years or something.
Nice.
And
they
what,
all-
what style of music is it? I mean,
It's
you said
it's like
R&B, but
yeah, like
was it auto-tuned a lot? Or, I mean, I just wonder
No.
with the robotic kind of
there's
stuff.
no.
So
Sometimes there's some auto tuning, but
Right.
generally it's not. You just get the it's like a 70s concept album meets R&B
Okay.
from the mid to nowish 2000s.
I'm going to have to creep on her later. Cause
Yeah, she's
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
All right,
Sounds
Danielle,
worthy.
next for you.
Okay, so I'm going to cross over and do my female crush.
Okay.
It's
Alright.
Megan Fox.
Megan.
Did I steal
Is she?
her off your list?
No, she's not on
No?
my list. Megan Fox is
Really?
not. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
there's
okay, but
something wrong with you.
I didn't say she's not hard to look at. So
See, I'm kind of an eyes person too, so
Yeah,
like,
that
her
makes
eyes,
sense.
Bradley Cooper's eye, like
Yeah, she's a super attractive woman.
yes.
Oh, you just made me think of a crush.
she
I
doing
did.
now?
I'm helping you.
She's not doing a lot now, is she? I mean, after
No.
Transformers, she thought she was gonna like really blow up.
I think
the
she
She
initial
actually just
Transformers
signed a pretty big deal with Fredericks Hollywood or whatever, and so she's doing a lot of that.
modeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she did a couple of things. I know after Transformers.
Oh, the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
Was
she did
after
that.
that, yeah.
And then kind
Yeah.
of I think almost
She had
got
a
a
couple
little.
babies too, so she was.
I think being in all those Michael Bay movies.
Yeah.
probably did a little. But hey, look, she was on Robot Chicken.
I don't know, she just kinda seems like she has a
Robot
bubbly,
chicken.
cute personality.
Yeah.
Like I like her, and her eyes are gorgeous. Her body's
She does have
banging,
really pretty
too,
eyes.
So it's all,
Nice.
she's the whole package for me. Okay, David.
All right, where do I go from here? I can't think of her name.
Oh.
But she's in. She's in Criminal Minds. It's the blonde that's in Criminal Minds, and I can't think of her name. I can see her character, but she's
Jeff is
been a
not
celebrity
trying to help
crush
me.
since I started.
Can't. With Criminal Minds, you said?
Yeah, Criminal Minds. Since I started watching that series.
Start Googling. We're over
It's
here
AJ.
mad
Her name is
working.
AJ. Yeah, it's AJ is her character's name.
Criminal Minds. I
Do
see.
the cast.
2017 or? Is
I
it on
think
now?
she's still. I think she's still part of the cast now. So it was the older versions that I watched,
Oh, okay.
So-
yeah, this looks like a. Not. What we're looking
and she
for.
changed her hair colors a couple of times. And part of it here, just to give away my wife's celebrity crush of all time, she loves. What's his name? That's on
AJ
this
Kent,
series.
maybe?
Yeah, AJ. That's her. That's
Jennifer-
the actress. Is that her? Yeah, pull up that bottom. There was another picture down there. That bottom right, the second image, that one. Yeah, that's how AJ looked in most of the series.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's a cutie patootie.
Yeah.
She kind of
And
does
she
look
looks a
like
l-
your wife.
So a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously my wife does not have blonde hair like that. But
With
She
facial
looks a
What's
little like
his-
like Reese Witherspoon.
yeah.
yeah, a little bit, which I like Reese Witherspoon too.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that went off and did SWAT from Criminal Minds here, African American actor. He's on that list.
Oh, really?
From Criminal Minds.
Let's see.
That's my wife's big time man crush. Shamar Moore. Yeah, she would leave me. She would leave me for Shamar Moore
Yes.
in a heartbeat, in front of me,
you know
not
what?
care,
Yes.
whatever. So that is her. That's her. If we want to say hall pass, whatever we want to say here. So if she
Got it. That's
Shamar
her
Moore,
big
she's
crush.
gonna run off. And this is the crazy thing for my wife with her celebrity crushes. So there's Shamar Moore, and then her big celebrity crush, other than that, is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
That's interesting.
So I mean, you look at the two of them, it's like long-haired rock band guy,
Yeah.
and Shamar Moore's clean-cut actor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
those teeth. And
I do have.
Oh.
I'll say this: as far as a guy, I do have a celebrity crush on Dave Grohl as well because Dave Grohl
Dave
from the Foo
Grohl
Fighters. He's a beast. He really is, and he's super
Yeah.
nice. I mean, for a rock star and everything that he's done over his career.
Yeah, he's got he's kind of a role model.
Yeah,
He's
we went
a really great guy.
we went and saw the Foo Fighters last year,
Yeah.
or 2 years ago now, in West Palm Beach at an outdoor amphitheater, and they're notorious for bringing people up on stage to play at their shows, and that's what I think is always cool. They find someone in the audience that either is a fan that knows a song or something, and if you Google that and watch, Foo Fighters brings someone on stage, there's so many deals. Even like little kids will come up and rock out with them, and
Yeah.
there was one kid they had on stage where he started playing a Metallica song, and he turned around and looked at Dave Grohl turns around and looks at the drummer, and he's like, "We don't even know that song." So it was pretty funny.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go with one that she's been around for a while, but Monica Bellucci.
Monica Bellucci.
Monica Bellucci. She's an Italian actress. She's actually married to I can't think of his name.
What?
He's
What has she starred in? A couple of movies
she's been in. I mean, the first time I saw her was probably like The Matrix Reloaded.
Oh, okay.
She's been in obviously a couple of different European movies, but every time I've seen her in anything, I was always like, holy.
Oh, took your breath away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she,
Holy shnikes. Is that what you were going to say?
oh heavens.
Oh,
Yeah. So, yeah, super attractive woman. And the guy that she's married to he was one of the guys in, I think, Ocean's 12 or Ocean's 11. The French dude that does the acrobatics.
Oh, okay.
He's an actor and a dancer.
Oh, nice.
And I was talking to a friend about that, and I was like, they're probably the luckiest couple in the world.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, Danielle and her husband would argue, but,
Right.
So I'm
You were on camera when
actually-
you shook your head, Danielle.
I was,
In case
oh,
John
no.
was looking, just so you know.
No, not.
You're like, nah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with a couple.
For
Okay.
your
'Cause I
number
find
one?
them
Is this your number
dynamic.
one?
No,
Oh.
but since he kind of chose a couple because you liked the guy, right?
Oh, yeah, actually.
I'm gonna choose a couple.
Okay.
So Will Smith and Jaden.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Nice.
I love his guts. I think he would be so much fun to be around.
Yeah.
All the time, and she's got that dry humor that offsets. And they're both gorgeous. I mean,
And I
let's be
guarantee you, she puts Will in his place
Oh.
when she needs to.
I
So,
know.
yeah,
Gosh,
they are.
both of them,
They've
they're-
got to be one of Hollywood's power couples
Hands
for
down.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what's cool about that when you think about like them, you don't hear the junk about Will and Jada that
You
know,
hear
those
some
some-
of it, but she started that Red Table Talk and she's debunked a lot of it. And
Yeah.
she's so
Okay.
transparent on that show. I mean, it just,
He is, everything I hear about him is that
love
he is
it.
super, super driven.
yeah.
And just,
He's so extra
willing
with
to-
everything.
Yeah.
Like that Kiki
like over
challenge.
the top.
Did
Oh,
you see that?
Yeah.
Like he got on the top. What was it? The London, or was it London Bridge, or was it?
Where was it?
I don't know, but it
I can't
ended up
remember either.
being like crazy. It was you should watch it. It's really funny. But yeah, she's. I think they're great. I think they're awesome.
they're pretty awesome.
Okay, who's your couple?
That's a good. My couple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to think about that one for a second. My couple. I may have to Google.
Google.
Let's
for
go
me.
to Google for a second. If you,
Okay, well, I'll pop out
Yeah.
my number one.
Yeah, go ahead and. I mean, I have my number one.
Chris
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. Yeah, I would
Really?
want to call him Hemingway for some reason. My husband.
I bet
is
he doesn't
like,
even know who Hemingway is. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Hemingway was a
I think,
handsome fella, too.
Uh-huh.
But Chris, hands down, no girl would argue it ever.
There might be somebody.
No. No.
But it's doubtful.
No. No.
You know what? I really I had watched the first 2 Thor movies,
Yeah.
and they try to be serious with those, I think.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really into them very much because it just seemed like
See, and the long hair usually is like offsetting to me. Like I really don't like it, but on him, oh my gosh.
All right,
It
so-
wasn't until I saw what he did in the Ghostbusters reboot.
Oh,
His improv and comedic timing in that.
freaking amazing.
It's so good.
Oh,
So that's got to be my
Oh.
couple because she's one of mine anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Sarah
see.
Jessica Parker.
yeah.
And Matthew Broderick.
Oh,
So,
I
which
love
I
her,
do
of
love
course.
them.
Nice.
Matthew Broderick, of course, all of his
Yeah.
80s movies and everything else that he did. But Sarah Jessica Parker, like you were talking about the eyes, I've always thought she
Eyes.
has great
Amazing.
eyes.
You're right. Yeah.
And then of course,
Her style.
not that
though,
I
you know
watched
love
Sex
her
in the
style.
City,
all the time.
but I did watch it just
Replay,
because
like,
Sarah
loops.
Jessica Parker was on there. So,
My
yeah.
husband comes in. And
So that would be
Can
my-
you watch that even one more time? Yes, I can watch it 100.
That would be my that would be my couple.
That's your couple.
Yeah.
My couple
All right,
crush.
since I-
So right
Since I
there.
gave a couple, I'm just gonna move to
You're number one.
or
she already
or
gave
people
hers.
people that I admire.
Okay,
As
okay.
as an actor, Michael B. Jordan is awesome.
Yeah.
Totally awesome. Listen to him talk about the way that he approached his career. He said at one point he said that he was only going to go out for parts that were not specifically listed for black guys. He was going to approach things that were assumed to be for white guys
Right.
and just
I like it.
try to go for the part.
You know, that was what was really cool. I guess it's been probably 3 or 4 years ago. I went to the Bass Performance Hall in Fort Worth. My mom bought me tickets. I'd never seen Phantom of the Opera live, and I love Phantom of the Opera. It's always been the music has been amazing to me my entire life, and so she bought tickets. Well, the gentleman, the actor that played the Phantom, was black that night,
Yeah.
and for me that was odd to see at first because it's always been.
You just already assume
you
that
almost
it's a
assume
European.
that it's going to be a European or a white guy of some
Right.
sort. And he was phenomenal. His voice was amazing. So I mean, you have to be to play the Phantom.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
any
yeah.
live production. So, but it was cool to see. It was different at that time. So
Wasn't he married to Mariah Carey?
Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah.
I have to look. I thought he actually last time I heard he still lived with his parents.
Really?
Yeah, on purpose.
see. On purpose.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
Hey,
Yeah.
just taking care of
So
him.
I'm
maybe.
not sure. He he lived with his parents and was gonna not like get married or anything, just work.
Aw.
And
See,
I
like
so I
him
don't know
even
if
more.
he's
I really liked him in Creed. I mean, obviously that was a great
really-
one. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that
when
just
we
with the
talked
Rocky
about
films and everything else.
When
But-
we talked about sports movies with Jeremy
Mm-hmm.
Bryant, Creed was one of mine because that is an excellent Rocky movie.
And he was on Black Panther too, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
He's-
so I'm
Your
moving
number
on to
one.
my number one.
I knew.
All
You
right.
had to know it.
I knew it.
I mean, you can just pop it up if you want to there, Jeff, because
Oh,
there she is. Yes.
so pretty.
I love Jennifer Aniston.
You know what?
So-
I love her, but in Friends, I mean, hands down, best ever.
Oh, she was
But
great.
What movie was she just dynamic in after?
You know,
I feel like they
I
were
love
all-
I love the one it's with Gerard Butler and her where he's the bounty hunter. Is it called The Bounty Hunter?
Oh,
Maybe.
that one was pretty
And she,
funny.
he has to arrest. It's his ex-wife, and he
Yeah.
tries to bring her in. So
I get her sometimes when I'm watching movies, especially from like the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
I will get her mixed up with the lady from Saturday Night Live, who's also in a lot of comedies.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see who this person
I
is.
know. I'm trying
Hold
to
on.
I'm
think.
gonna have
So.
to figure it out.
I think she was in, unless it was Jennifer Aniston. Was she in Office Space?
Jennifer Aniston was in Office Space.
Yeah. Okay.
She was the
then there's somebody else
waitress
that I
at
get.
the Fridays or
Office
whatever it
Space.
was.
Right,
Yeah, in
okay.
Office Space. So
Oh, I
Yeah.
will say the one movie that I did like that she did where they were in that RV and they had the two kids that
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
theirs and they were trying to smuggle.
drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
That one was pretty
It
funny.
was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. Okay, so,
So-
I take it
So
back.
are you?
It's getting better.
Let's
I
see
loved
if
her in Horrible Bosses just because.
Yes, we all know.
Yep.
I mean, but how old is she now?
I think she is actually older than me.
And she is still
Gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Like
She
me.
did put on a little weight, and they were saying that
That's
she was
the-
pregnant and all that jazz, but I think she actually confessed that
So,
she had stopped smoking. and
she's
that's why
50.
She put on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
She was born in 69. I was born in 70. So,
So beautiful.
yeah. She's a little older than me. Older women. Oh, sorry.
Hey, that's
Please do not
that's one
back
of the
down,
weird things
Bob.
about slowly getting up in age is the people you had a crush on are also getting older.
Yeah.
So
You know,
the
I
actress,
think sometimes that also,
That
you
you
know, as
thought.
you get older, it changes your
They-
thought
they
process
look
of
super
how or whose your crush is.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of you change your
But
perspective
you're girl
as
next
you get
door,
older.
kind of. Like, I'm
Yeah,
a
mine-
little shocked yours are girl next door,
Yeah.
like, types. And,
And not the
yeah, I expected a different
yeah.
genre for you, I guess. But, yeah, I think you stayed the course.
Hey,
Mine goes all over the place.
yeah, I'm sort of all over the
I
place
did
too.
throw Ryan Reynolds in there though.
You
So.
did. Very nice.
Celebrity crush, yeah.
I like it. Yeah, so this is the
So
girl
to
that
me,
he thought.
when I first started
can
seeing
see it.
Kristen Wiig in movies,
Oh,
because
yeah,
I didn't really
yeah.
watch.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has
Like a
similar
really-
facial
Features.
structure.
Features.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
that I was like, what is Jennifer Aniston doing in this movie? And they'd be like, that's not who that
That's
is.
not-
So there you go. You can do a switch between there now, Jeff, and see.
Yep.
I mean, facial structure, I get it. Yeah, hair color.
Anyway,
But yeah. And I like Kristen Wiig too. She's funny. Very good actress.
yeah,
So,
That's super funny.
good top 10. Yay.
yeah,
Yeah, good job, Danielle.
and we're
Out of time.
that's pretty much it for us.
Wrapping it
We're
up.
actually overtime.
Yeah.
So
See you next Tuesday.
extra space for you.
All right, we're gonna get out of here.
All right. Take us out.